to New York. I don't know where I want to start with this, but let's see. Week 9, the Jets beat the Bills in one of the most shocking matchups. A half a game out of the AFC East. And going into the bye week to come out of the bye week, a total dud in New England. Nothing could have gone right for the team. Zach Wilson gets benched. Mike White comes in. Mike White has his Mike White game. Gets, folded like a lawn chair against the Bills because that's what the Bills defense does. Yeah, so what? We started out the season with Joe Flacco to Zach Wilson, the Mike White, to Zach Wilson, the Chris Drevler, to Mike White, and then finishing with Joe Flacco. And yes, this man headlines this team, trading, swapping first in 2022, a second-round pick that can increase to a first-round pick if you play 65% of the snaps this year. Aaron Rodgers is the man for the New York Jets, QB1, and probably the most entertaining quarterback that New York has ever seen, must I say. And let's get into it. So on offense,
I just want to say first,
okay,
if you've been loyally watching these and whatnot over the weeks, this usually looks a lot bigger with a lot more names. Well, as of yesterday, the 53-man roster cuts were done and all that stuff. So for this episode, this preview of the depth charts are a lot smaller and there's a lot less to look at. So that part's kind of cool, I will say. And I would like to say more determined, but for some teams, it seems less determined. But nonetheless, well, you can continue.
Yeah, so 53-man roster officially out. Jets officially re-signed their fullback and their punter. So now they're back up to 55. They're going to make some random cuts there. But yes, Aaron Rodgers is the man under center for the Jets. They go out, they sign his boy, Alan Lazard. They go out and sign Randall Cobb. They sign Mecole Hardman. They re-solidify this receiving core and then also as well the offensive line. Mekhi Becton, right tackle number 1 for the New York Jets after being out for almost 2 years with a knee injury, rehurting in camp last year. He returns to the starting lineup on the other side of DeJuan Brown, protecting Aaron Rodgers' full vision side. And also, let's not forget, too, Breece Hall coming off the ACL, Dalvin Cook coming in from Minnesota. Yeah, I'm excited. I am 100% excited for this offense.
I mean, as you should be. Absolutely, as you should be. Again, the receiving is I think it's awesome. Mecole Hardman as a number 3 is awesome. Alan Lazard's honestly solid. A great number 2, and Aaron Rodgers knows him so well. So, and really, this is a solid freaking team, man. This is a very solid offense all the way around.
Yeah, I don't know why they have Max Mitchell behind DeJuan Brown and Billy Turner behind Becton. It's supposed to be the other way around, but I'm not going to debate that too. And if you've been watching Hard Knocks too, Jason Brownlee, Xavier Gibson, they're pretty big, pieces on there. They both make the rosters as undrafted free agents this year. So, yeah, there's a lot of good looking out for the Jets. And I think the Jets are going to get pissed off Rodgers, and the league's going to be on notice for that shortly after.
Well, he's already pissed off because his offense has been terrible in camp, if you've watched Hard Knocks.
Well, when Dom and I were there, okay, listen, this offense, this was on par. They looked really good.
It did look good when we were there, at least. But I expect it to go very well offensively for the Jets. I do. I expect it to be the best Jets offense for maybe ever. Like it has been the best Jets offense ever, because I can't give you a better Jets offense than this over all the years.
2015, 2010.
No, Mark Sanchez is not
2011.
part of the best Jets offense. I refuse to accept that.
2010, 2011,
the best.
2015.
The best offensive moments the Jets have ever had was the butt fumble.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna debate. I don't want to hear this shit. I'm not doing it. Nope, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it.
I expect go very well, though. I really do. I expect it to be very exciting for Jets fans for the first time in a while, and maybe the most exciting it's ever been. And the energy when we were at that camp was pretty awesome for them. So,
Yes, we had a Hall of Fame fan in front of us. Hall of Fame fan.
yeah, I don't know.
Yes, he had the well, oh my god, I don't know what kids show it was, but he had the shoes. I know Dom knows what I'm talking
Shoes.
about.
I
But
forgot about the shoes. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
what are those?
They were. I don't know what they were. But let's move on to this defense.
Yeah, let's go into the defense here. This is a championship caliber defense. I say. I might be jumping the gun, but hey, listen. Sauce Gardner, Jordan Whitehead, DJ Reed, they all return. Michael Carter as well. I am I don't know if they re-signed Tony Adams. I think they cut him. I think they did. Don't quote me on that, but he's also another undrafted guy from the 2022 draft.
I mean,
oh my god, I am excited. I'm excited for Jermaine Johnson, second year out of Florida. He's been killing it in camp. Will McDonald, the fourth, he's been killing it in camp. He's been also killing it against offensive lines too in the preseason. Michael Clemens as well. I'm excited for everyone behind the starters, especially in the front four, because Clemens is a dog, Bryce Huff is a dog. They're all dogs. I don't know who's going to stop this rotation of defensive linemen. I really don't.
This is a really solid defense. Adrian Amos is on this team. Really, really a solid defense. This whole division is going to be a bunch of solid defenses. So this is just on par with the rest of the division and some of the best defenses in the league, I think.
This reminds me of like the 2009, 2010 teams where they made it to the AFC Championship game. Like, it's a very stout defense. They were really high on defense last year. They didn't sack the quarterback a whole lot, but they were literally one of the best defenses among pressures and all that stuff. Just, I don't know, the rotation is going to be playing a big part with the Jets this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything, Jake?
No, I just want to see what actually happens because we've seen a lot of talented teams and talented defenses with their defensive-minded head coach that just never figure it out on offense. Chargers being main example.
Salah's pretty decent, though. I do like him as a head coach as well. So I think he's got this team. And Hackett is pretty solid as far as offense goes.
They're doing something.
Performance, but
they're doing something with the offense where Todd Downing is calling the plays, and then it goes to Hackett to where Hackett relays it to Rodgers. I'm like, why do you need...
Well, Hackett's been Rodgers' guy and been the voice in his ear over a lot of Rodgers' career, and that's the guy he understands the most. So I get that. I mean, I think that's...
Or it's the other way around where Hackett's calling it, then Todd Downing's getting it, and then it goes to Rodgers. I don't know. There's a middleman involved with calling the plays, okay? I'm not really a big fan of telephone, and I don't think that's a good idea. Just have one person call the play to the other person. Do it like that.
Or... you just let Aaron Rodgers free ball the whole game.
Just like talking about the plays.
just turn off the head. No, just Peyton Manning it. You know what? No, I'm calling the plays here.
Hey,
he probably would do better.
I'm sure he could.
That's why Peyton Manning he head coached that entire 2009 Colts. That wasn't Caldwell. That was all Manning.
Yeah,
GM'd them too.
Yeah,
he did everything for him.
Let's look at the
running back.
I'm excited to see what these schedules are to see maybe if the Jets get double-digit wins for the first time, maybe ever.
So the first 6, all right, here. If they go 3-3 in the first 6, they're going to the postseason.
Okay.
I'm not scared of Buffalo. There's no Von Miller. There's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, Dallas. We all know what Aaron Rodgers does to Dallas, okay? A minute and 11. They're all cheering, but there's too much time left on the clock.
More like we all know what Dak does to a good defense.
It gives the game away?
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't even talk about your Rodgers in this situation. I would talk about your defense against Dak, but continue.
I do not see a scary game for the Jets until the Chiefs. I really don't.
Okay.
Denver, that's going to be just a popcorn matchup. You want to watch it, just see what happens because of the comments that have been going on. Peyton calling out Hackett, all that. And then the Eagles, they've never beaten the Eagles. I think it's 0-12 now in the regular season.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, it's like 12.
And the last time the Jets played was 2021, Gardner Minshew. I was thinking 2019 where Luke Falk was the starting quarterback, and that was just a disaster. A very painful game.
Then you got, a New York matchup, the Giants and Jets.
Oh, good thing the Jets are away.
You got the Chargers. Tough one. Then you got the Raiders. I gotta think you gotta split with the Bills, though.
Look at what the Jets did last year against the Bills. They won by 3 and they lost by 3. They gave Josh Allen a very hard time.
It's a perfect.
There was a lot of frustrations in that
perfect
game.
description of trying to split with the Bills. I would think maybe you beat Miami twice or split with them.
You're at least taking the home game versus Miami.
Absolutely.
Cold weather.
Yeah.
Squish the fish.
Atlanta's Atlanta.
Houston's
Houston. Miami again. Washington, Cleveland, New England. These are solid. It is a solid back half. You could only lose maybe 3 to 4 of this back half, and you're still putting up maybe double digits on the season for wins. So I do like the schedule for the Jets.
I'm gonna just quote Method Man here.
There's some good stretch.
I'm gonna quote Method Man here. 11-6. I'm okay with 11-6.
I think I'm okay with that.
I'll be happy, but who knows if 11 wins get you in the postseason in the AFC. The more we talk about it, the more I'm going to be really surprised when a 9-win AFC team just slips into the playoffs. There's not a game on here that I don't like. I think the Jets are in every single game in the schedule.
Yeah, Chiefs are the Chiefs and the Eagles are the Eagles. If the Chargers are really on that time that day, then maybe that could slip away a little bit. But other than that, every division game is going to be super, super competitive and probably close.
Miami in Miami might suck.
Yeah,
New England in New England.
I'm okay with a late December, a mid-December game in Miami because it's not going to be just stupidly 150 degrees on the field.
Week 18 at New England might suck. That might be rough.
Well, week 17 in Cleveland's going to suck. Week 18 in New England's going to really suck.
Yeah, that's a tough little ending to the schedule.
You don't have a Thursday game until the second to last game of the year.
Yeah,
and it could get flexed.
It probably will.
It probably will. Yeah, probably will. That's not really an important matchup.
We got to get Bryce Young in.
Friday game though. There you go. Black Friday. That's a Black Friday game, right?
Yes, they got the Black Friday game against Miami. Nice. There's 6 primetime games. If you want to consider that Friday 3 p.m. game a primetime game, which
it's a primetime.
Kind of gotta consider that.
Yeah, it's a national game. Yeah, I don't know. What do you have, Jake? Numbers wise,
10 or 11 wins.
Yeah, I would think 9 being the absolute floor, and then all the way up to 12. So it's pretty solid.
Gotta ask.
We could have predicted for the Jets, probably on this podcast ever. So
listen, there is recordings of me telling Colton, "Oh yeah, the Jets are gonna make the playoffs in 2020." Boy, was I wrong. But I gotta ask the all important question. Okay, here I'm gonna bring us all back in here. What will make this season successful for the New York Jets?
Not being the Jets.
Amen. Honestly, if you get a healthy Rodgers all year, I'm sure you guys will do enough to call this season successful no matter what. But with Rodgers' contract or during Rodgers' contract for you guys, a real success would be a Super Bowl, ultimately during the contract. I'm not saying that has to be this year. I'm just saying during his contract. That's the whole point of this whole Rodgers stuff and changing the team to him so much and everything. So you got to win a Super Bowl for that contract and the Rodgers thing and everything to be successful ultimately. But yeah, if he stays healthy, I'm sure, however the season goes, no matter what, will be a successful season for the Jets. And they will not jet, as Jake said.
Yeah, not having the classic LOL Jets or LOL Mets moment
Yeah,
where all the hype just turns to absolute ashes.
sour.
I think they just gotta have fun. That's the successful part of the season. They all have fun. Rodgers, listen, I think Rodgers gonna break nameless records. Okay, for a season. I mean, well, Fitzpatrick's passing yards mark. Okay, because no, did he? No, the day Fitzpatrick broke the touchdown record for the Jets franchise with 33. I think is now.
Could be done.
I think it's now or never to win a Super Bowl for New York. I really think so.
I'd love to
There's
see consistently at least or better of a season from Sauce and Garrett Wilson. I'd like to say, see a great season from them, but we already had a great season from them. So if they do at least the same or better, I mean, you got to be so happy about that. As two rookies coming out of Rookie of the Years and being so good, and hopefully it's not like, hopefully it's only up from there even. So,
and I think too, like you always hear about the 2017 Saints where, oh, hey, this team, the rookie class is just stacked. Kamara, Lattimore, just so many people. I think the Jets can honestly break that if Breece Hall returns to form. I mean, he's already running 24 miles an hour in practice. Jermaine Johnson, just he just erupts this year, which I think he can. I don't know. I think that 2022 draft class is going to be special. It's just going to be, I think that's still the focal point this year. It's
Absolutely.
not all about, this past year, but
getting Garrett Wilson, a quarterback that is of Rodgers caliber, is amazing. I mean, look what he did with 5 quarterbacks over the course of a season, and none of them were hardly even
Any
a
good.
starting caliber quarterback. So, yeah, I mean, putting up 1,200 yards or 1,100, 1,300, whatever he had,
11, just under 12.
just under 1,200 yards with the quarterbacks he went through is nuts. That's absolutely nuts. So you got to think he can put up 1,500 yards this season. And I mean, it's got to be such a big threat. So
Let's move on. Let's go up to, I agree. I listen here. If there's any season for me to say that, okay, and I don't sound like an idiot, this is the season I can say it.
Amen. That's fair.
So it seems
Not with Sam Darnold.